What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Sands of Time remake. This is a rumor, okay? Comes from Tom Henderson. I believe the guy. I'm pretty sure, like, the world kind of believes the guy. And so he talked a little bit about this remake, and I will be honest to kind of start this off, right? Some of this is kind of recycled like we've heard it before. Really, the last time we heard about this remake was, right, it got handed off from a studio that definitely didn't seem like it knew what it was doing, and the game seemed to be in some form of development hell, right? It was handed over to a different, department in Ubisoft, and kind of started from scratch. Now, I guess I forgot this. I always actually assumed it was just started from scratch. The official Ubisoft phrase was that they're kind of picking up where they left off, right? Like the other studio, they ended something, they're picking it up from there. But to me, the signal was always, we're restarting. Like that was just a cluster F of a game. We need to restart and we need to remake the remake. And so that's where basically this rumor comes in from Tom Henderson. Now he kind of goes into more detail. So he says, first, forget everything you've seen or heard from the reveal trailer, as the remake has been remade from scratch. Ubisoft's official announcement on the change of developers said that Montreal would be building upon, right? So there's that line. But from what we've been able to gather, it's been completely redone. Footage sent to them under the condition that it does not go public shows the game is still somewhat in an early stage. It's missing textures, assets, etc., and is unfortunately likely a ways off from release. That's not all that shocking. The Sands of Time remake's overhaul also includes a more realistic approach, said one source. Everything has been built from the ground up, which includes a complete graphical overhaul, new animations and mechanics for combat and parkour, and much more. Starting from scratch has meant that the game has been rewritten, recaptured in mocap, and more. One of the most noticeable changes for it is that Yuri Lowenthal, who was the voice behind the prince in the original, will no longer be reprising his role, despite him doing so in the original reveal trailer and during the remake's original development. It's unclear why he's no longer doing it, and that's kind of where it ends. So, largely good things, largely not shocking things. If you're restarting a restart, you're going to probably have a different approach. You're gonna, in terms of the fidelity and the movement and all this different stuff they talk about, it is gonna, I think, just be like a brand new thing, right? The Yuri Lowenthal thing, I feel like would make people pretty, like I would understand it. It's not me defending Ubisoft, but I want to throw out, he's been very busy. I mean, you could kind of see it in his resume. So depending on his schedule, that's what I would wonder, like if that's what it is. I'd love, nobody's transparent, in the gaming industry for the most. I mean, okay, there's sometimes you hear things, but you know what? You normally hear things years after it's happened in the game industry, right? You don't hear about it in the moment it happens. So I'd love to know in 7 years from now when they're allowed to say it, was he busy doing his 8 Spider-Man related things and that's why he couldn't, Like I don't want to completely like take the blame off Ubisoft. It's possible they just decided to go for a change. I don't think that would be necessary. I think you can remake a remake and still have him come back, and I think it'd be totally fine, right? I mean, maybe they look at it as, hey, we are not touching anything, that the team did in the first 2-3 years of development. We're just not doing it. So even though we like the guy, he's just not going to be the voice. It could have been that. Maybe it's his schedule, right? We don't know. But the rest of it sounds like something that I would imagine you would want to hear personally. You know what I mean? You're not the first time you try to remake this game, it was many years ago. If you just kind of pick up from there, your remake is actually kind of weirdly and ironically outdated. So if you're remaking it again and you're starting from scratch, you're going to be doing it with the new technology, which is the new ideas that you'd have, say, in 2023 and 2024 versus 2020, 2021, right? It's just going to be that way. So that stuff I really don't see any problem with. And then, like the article says, it's still a ways off. Yeah, I mean, I think when that's a part of it, I want to say, I remember the last time we talked about this game, maybe in terms of the official news, pretty sure Ubisoft outright said that because it was being switched over, that it's going to take a while. Like, it's going to be a while. I don't think we see this game. Although, the article, they say maybe we see it somewhat soon, actually. So maybe what I'm going to say is going to kind of be outdated. I would not be shocked if we don't see it for another year plus, and if it doesn't release for another year plus after that. Like, this is probably, at best, a 2026 game. And maybe it happens in 2026, maybe even later, though. So you're going to have to be patient, which, you know, is asking a lot for Prince of Persia fans, specifically for this game, because we've been asking for it so long, or people have been asking for it for so long, and then when you get it, they have no idea what they're doing the first attempt, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.